Despite all the craze about GLP-1 obesity drugs, the healthcare sector was a big laggard last year. And while our next guest expects another year of underperformance, he also writes, quote, "It's been so bad, maybe it's going to be good." His top picks in the space: UnitedHealth Group, Abbott, Teva Pharmaceuticals, and Bristol Myers Squibb. Jared Holz, Mizuho Securities America, healthcare sector strategist, joins us here at Post 9. Welcome. It's good to have you. You've been very quotable lately. We talked about how you wrote about how much the sector has sucked, but that there are opportunities. And United Healthcare is an interesting one because it's down, 15% over the last month?
Yep.
On the bad headlines. You think it's a buy? Why?
I think it's a buy. I feel like the negativity is kind of in the stock. Obviously, the headlines have been super bad for the last month, unfortunately. There is a lot of political risk, but I feel like the stock
just because it's been a poster child of what's wrong with our healthcare system after the brutal murder of the CEO. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a decent time to buy it. It's the cheapest it's been in a while. I think if you're going to take a shot at managed care, that's the one you want to, that's the one you want to buy.
You think it's cheap because of the sell-off we've had in the stock?
Yeah,
and the fundamentals are sound?
And they've also guided for next year, so you've got that out of the way. Seems like numbers are pretty conservative. So I think a lot of the things that they've tried to do to get the stock back on track will eventually work. And again, I think there's slim pickings in healthcare. And so this is a decent large cap name.
What about the fight for market share? How competitive is it? And what typically happens when we see bad headlines around an insurance company like this?
Well, the market share dynamics, I think, for United are good. I think that in the very least, they'll hold share, maybe gain a little bit. They have better economics as a result of how big they are. So I don't feel there's that much risk around that aspect of the company and the stock. Obviously, we need to see procedure volumes plateau a little bit, maybe dip. They're actually guiding. Their numbers suggest we see an uptick. So if we see anything other than that, I think the stock can be okay.
It's kind of remarkable to say there are slim pickings in healthcare, given it's such a vast and diverse sector. And usually there's something thematically working. Mm-hmm. What about medical devices? What about, it seems like it's sort of like GLP-1s is the clear winner, and then everything else is a net loser, and we have bipartisan agreement that we want to keep costs down.
Right.
So therefore the industry is wanting.
Yeah, it's a calamity for sure. I mean, there aren't that many easy spaces. I mean, we talk about other industry verticals all the time, technology, financials. Those seem so well set up. Healthcare seems like there are so many variables at play, most of them not positive. I do like medical devices, as you mentioned, relatively. I think, out of the fray in terms of most of the political rhetoric we're going to hear, not healthcare services, not pharma. So I think you do have a little bit of a safety net around med tech, and that's why I think Abbott, as a stock that has underperformed Boston Scientific, Intuitive, Stryker, might be the fourth horseman in that kind of race. But time will tell. We'll see.
I mean, what about the AI trade? Just to dive into it further, I cited earlier the study in Nature about the amazing Gen AI capabilities in things like ultrasounds and finding ovarian cancer, and how it was more effective than the techs, the experts, and the non-experts administering the ultrasounds. If we get a story like that every day, who does that help?
I'm not really sure who it helps. I think it helps the software companies more than it helps anyone in healthcare specifically. I think you've had Hologic on in the past, a company in kind of that tangential space, and they've mentioned AI as a capability that could help, read out diagnostics better over time. I think there's some interesting corollaries there, but I think it helps the technology space better. We also talk about AI all the time as it impacts drug development and clinical trials. We really haven't seen that impact. I mean, so many of these trials recently have failed, right? High placebo rates, clinical trial design, where they're getting the patients from, all these things are major factors. So even though it seems like the science and technology behind the scenes are getting better, it hasn't translated necessarily into better drug development, leading to approvals, et cetera.
But we hope that will come. We expect that to come, don't we?
I think it will come. I just think it's a little bit too early to kind of make generalizations that the AI, craze is going to lead to, better results for biotech or pharma, at least over the near term.
What about M&A? Isn't there hope building for that to happen in the new administration?
That is the number one conversation. That's the number one topic that comes up. I mean, when you've got a sector that's underperformed the market by over 20% 2 years in a row, I think we're all kind of like scouring the universe for like what thesis could actually work.
And you have some cash-rich, slow growth incumbents that should be buying things.
For sure. I mean, the loss of exclusivity for pharma is going to be as dire as it's ever been in 2025 through 2030. So I would expect a lot more. but I think everyone's already positioned for more. It's incredibly trite as a theme, I think, as far as like the way the sell side's articulating it. Everyone's view of healthcare is positive on M&A. If we don't see it, what does that mean? Yes, we'll get more of it. There are a couple dozen deals a year. I don't think this year will be any different.